When you hear the word treachery, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Perhaps we tend to conveniently forget our own instances of it. Most likely, those of us who have dipped into literature will be haunted by Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, the symbolic image of Brutus plunging his blade into the back of Caesar. For others, the memory is not literary but lived, a reenactment of personal betrayals. Deep in our collective memory lies the ancient story of Cain and Abel. Treachery wears 100 faces, but is it an inherent flaw or a byproduct of our hierarchies? We can never know its primordial origins. My concern is not when it began, but how it shifts and transforms according to the climate of the human soul. It is plain to see that treachery is a calculated act. It is born of design, of planning, envy, jealousy, resentment, hatred. These are the usual suspects. At its core, it may be a form of deep-seated complex. Treachery is intimately familiar to us. Philosophy and art have long fed upon this tragedy. Yet, it is a state in which every member of our species is both a perpetrator and a victim. It is one thing for humans to betray one another. That we can explain. But what strikes me as truly chilling is when those who were once devout, who once held the divine in their hearts, turn with such vitriol against that very faith and everything they once cherished. The symptoms are the same as any other human betrayal. These individuals rarely struggle to form a congregation of like-minded souls to validate their shift. In the eyes of those they left behind, they are traitors. And in truth they are. But this is not exclusive to the once religious. All dogmatized thinking is subject to this decay. The only reason it does not consume every human is the lure of personal gain. More bewildering still is when those who betray their old dogma simply migrate to a new one. To the dogmatic mind, these thoughts are seen as deterministic, absolute, and immutable laws. The human mind, when it clings to dogma, is doomed to repeat this cycle. Is treachery inherent to the human condition, or is it the fruit of something inhuman? When people betray one another, they often blame the very person they have betrayed, seeking to dismantle them completely. What is the true motivation here? Perhaps it is the desperate, twisted desire to be the other, believing that one's own worth can only be realized by usurping their place. We can never truly know the reason, even if they explain it themselves. We cannot trust their words, for one who has betrayed once, be it an object, a thought, or a soul, carries the dormant seed of future betrayals. People often abandon things, they leave, they walk away, and that departure is usually quiet and calm. Those who truly let go rarely speak of what they have left behind. But in treachery, there is no letting go. There is instead a craving, a transcendent, consuming craving for something that should be rather than what is. This should be is the eternal trap. Man takes the beast, the world, the universe, and even God, and drags them into the factory of his own mind. He shapes them, gives them form, sets the boundaries. His dogma is his design. He is in a constant war with reality, for reality refuses to conform to his should-be. When his designs fail to manifest, he seeks to destroy the object of his fixation. He knows he cannot truly erase it, yet he must wound it. Contempt and humiliation are not enough to satisfy him. He wants to be the one who stands in the place of the truth he has betrayed. My brothers and sisters, every human mind harbors its own should-be. The tragedy is that these ideals become idols. I call them idols, for it is a fitting term for the cold, dead architecture of dogma. Our limbic system governs our fears, our hunger, our primal drives. Our cortex plans, controls, and strategizes. In the Freudian sense, the id, the ego, and the superego are always at work. Once our higher reason is seduced by the primal cravings of the limbic system, it loses no time in drafting the blueprints for our darkest deeds. This is not always pure evil, or at least it does not appear so to the perpetrator. But the motivation remains the same. Whether we betray a demon or a saint, the engine of treachery is the same. The friction between reality and the rigid, dogmatic design of the mind. Unlike a simple departure, which brings peace, treachery brings no satisfaction. It is pathological. Even if one finds a community to validate the act, it is never enough. It is the product of a hierarchy, and it seeks validation from the highest summit, yet even there, it remains hollow. My brothers and sisters, treachery is not the essence of humanity. It carries a false transcendence, but this transcendence cannot be satisfied by the world. It is bent on destruction. Given enough power, it will seek to consume humanity itself. I offer you instead a noble departure.